Hi everybody, welcome to my kitchen. I'm Amy from Neurotic Mom Bakes. I'm going to show you today my basic buttercream recipe. This is my go-to recipe that I use for every single cake. It's a good base to add lots of different flavorings later on, and in another video I can show you how I do that, but this is my basic vanilla buttercream. I do not like to mess with measuring anything, so I found my perfect formula here. These powdered sugar come in 2 pounds and 1 pound containers. And for this recipe that I make for every single cake, I get a 2 pound container and a 1 pound container. Again, I don't like to mess with measuring. So we're gonna start with 4 sticks of unsalted butter. Make sure it's pure butter, not margarine, that will not work. And then I kind of discovered this by accident. I was making a cake and I was in a hurry and I ran out of butter, and I decided to use cream cheese instead of, I substituted a little bit of the butter and used some cream cheese, and I discovered that it added a whole different texture to my buttercream that I have loved. It's creamier, it's smoother, it's less sweet, it pipes better. So now I use it for every single recipe. So I have 4 sticks of butter, and then I'm gonna add 1 entire, this is 8 ounces block of cream cheese. The butter needs to be, slightly softened. Doesn't need to be totally room temperature, but not straight out of the fridge. However, the cream cheese, I just pull straight out of the fridge. It just works a little better when it's slightly cold. Okay, now, if you need to measure, if you don't have this, these exact measurements, it's 2 cups of powdered sugar for every ½ cup of butter and or cream cheese. If you don't have cream cheese, you can just use all butter. Totally works. So, but because I have the 4 sticks of butter and the 8 ounces of cream cheese, which is like 2 extra sticks of butter, that's 6 sticks of butter, so I'm gonna use 12 cups of powdered sugar. First thing I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna whip the butter and the cream cheese together really well. Okay, I get asked a lot how I make my buttercream so white, and this is one of the tricks. You whip the butter and the cream cheese together for a long time, 2, 3, 4 minutes, and it will lighten in color. Once I get to this point, I'm gonna add my powdered sugar very gradually, but this is where I have never not made a mess doing this, ever. So I just go with it. I don't sift, I don't think it's necessary. My buttercream works every single time. I just dump and go. You want it on low speed, of course. And then just dump the powdered sugar in. See, there we go. There's the mess, but I'm kind of all about just saving time, to be honest. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna add a little bit of cream. It just tamps the powdered sugar down a little bit. There's 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, 3-ish. Get that mixed really well, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of my powdered sugar. Okay, right here I'm gonna add a little more cream. There's 4 tablespoons, 5. Okay, here is my second trick to getting a really white buttercream. I actually found clear vanilla at my grocery store, and I love it because I know the real vanilla adds the, that real vanilla taste. I don't care for it. I'm okay with the imitation, and the clear just keeps it really white. So again, I don't measure, I just eyeball. There's a teaspoon, 2 teaspoons. We'll start with 3, and then I'm just gonna start shaking in some salt. The salt just takes the sweetness down a little bit. Okay, at this point, this is where I check the taste and the consistency. If I know I'm going to be piping like rosettes, I want a slightly stiffer buttercream, so I will not add as much cream. So right here, I'm just gonna test it, and I've gotten really good at testing the consistency. And then you need to taste. To me, that needs a little more salt and a little tiny bit more vanilla. Definitely more salt. But the consistency is good. So I added about 6 tablespoons of heavy cream. It's called double cream in the UK. I get asked that a lot. Okay, tip number 3 to get your buttercream extra white. At this point, you're gonna turn your mixer on medium to medium high and let it go 3 to 4 minutes, and it will lighten up in color. Now, for this particular cake that I'm going, so this is all finished. See how fluffy and white and pretty that is? That is my basic, it's American buttercream that I use for almost every single cake. There's no cooking involved. You don't have to boil anything or use eggs. It's just simple and easy. I like the taste. You can also paint on it. It's super versatile. So this is my go-to buttercream. Thanks for joining me today on Neurotic Mom Bakes. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to see more content like this. And you can also find me on Instagram at Neurotic Mom.